Jamaica has also been the largest recipient of Chinese investments in the Caribbean. How has that experience worked out for you?
China's been very good to Jamaica, and China's been a very good infrastructure development partner. We benefited from Chinese investment and Chinese loans, particularly during the period of time when there was a global recession, 2008 to 2010. And we use that to support the development of infrastructure, particularly our highways. And that has been an economic boom for us. But in terms of our debt profile, Chinese debt is approximately about 4% of Jamaica's overall debt. What we encourage is greater investment from China. And we're seeing that in many areas, particularly in infrastructure, construction particularly.
One of your ministers said that some of those investments and loans came at a time when the U.S. was busy doing other stuff.
I think the U.S., I mean, there's always the fear of Chinese influence in the region. But a large part of that is the attention the United States pays to its backyard, pays to the countries that are part of its third border.
Do you think the wars that we have ongoing right now are distracting the U.S. focus from the region?
And I think that the United States has great bandwidth. I think it has to be if it's a global superpower. So it's really a matter of where it sees its strategic interest and how it sees its third border, the Caribbean, as strategic in its global perspective. I think not enough attention is being paid to the region.
Do you expect to benefit, though, from nearshoring efforts?
Nearshoring is great. It's a great potential and a great strategic way for the United States to support and accelerate the development of the region. I've seen that there are certain initiatives going through the Congress now, and there are certain members of your Congress who are interested in this. And so, yes, definitely, this is something that I think would be good, nearshoring.
And what industries or what projects are we talking about here with Jamaica?
Well, nearshoring, you're looking at global services. It could be the production of support for your industries here. Logistics is another important part. Technology. I think in every area where the U.S. economy would require, whether it is raw material, human resource supports, all of that can be nearshored.
Climate change, of course, is a huge challenge for island nations like Jamaica. How are you preparing?
Well, firstly, we have integrated climate thinking in everything that we do. In terms of our financing and managing of the public finances, we recognize that a climate event, which is not within our control, could devastate our economy and has indeed wiped out several economies in the region. And therefore, we have to budget for that. We have to prepare for that. We have to put buffers in our budget. And so in terms of the fiscal management, climate considerations are a part of our fiscal management. So we have taken out a catastrophe bond recently, which is kind of like an insurance, that if there were to be a major climate event, that we would have access readily to financing to recover and grow as a result of that. But in terms of building out the infrastructure, the resilience part, very important. The infrastructure that we're now building, we're building it with climate-proof strategies. We're making sure that our roads, we're moving them inland to higher terrain. We're building them with the necessary civil works and support, that if there were to be a 100-year event, that those infrastructure would continue to be able to offer service to the public.
Many talk about rich nations having to do more, especially when it comes to issues like climate justice.
Yes, climate change is a social justice issue. The truth is, since the Industrial Revolution, we've been creating wealth by using fossil fuels. The countries that have benefited from that significantly are in a better position to withstand the impact of climate change. whilst countries like Jamaica, who did not pollute to create wealth, or is not a significant polluter to create wealth and significant contributor to climate change, we are least able to withstand the impacts of climate change. So there is a justice issue there, that rich countries ought to support developed countries in ways to ensure that we all can survive on this planet.